Are you interested in becoming an enrolled agent, but the EA exam is making you a little bit nervous and you want to find out more information about it? Well, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm going to be talking about the EA exam. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Timalyn Bowens, and I am America's favorite EA. And as an enrolled agent, I'm licensed through the Internal Revenue Service to represent taxpayers in all 50 states about any U.S. tax matter. And I'm assuming that if you're here watching this video, you want to be able to do the same thing. So let's talk about the exam. When we look at the EA credential, it is the highest credential that the IRS awards a tax professional. With that being said, it's no surprise that the EA exam is laser focused on taxes. There are three different parts to the EA exam. There's part one, which, if you look up, you may see SEE1. The reason for this is because the EA exam is actually called the Special Enrollment Exam, but it's more often referred to as the EA exam. So, SEE1 is going to cover individual taxation. This is going to include trust, estates, and your Schedule C and Schedule E filers. Now, for some, that may be confusing, so let me go into a little more detail. Your Schedule C is going to be for sole proprietors, which is also going to include your single member LLCs. Because remember, from an IRS standpoint, a single member LLC does not exist, right? They're still considered sole proprietors. And that's why it's filed with the individual 1040. So, for that reason, that is going to be covered on SEE1. Your Schedule E is going to be investment income, such as rental properties, or if you are a partner or shareholder in a partnership or S Corp, that's going to flow through the Schedule E. For that reason, that is going to be covered on the individual part of the exam, SEE 1. Okay? Now, moving on with SEE2, we're going to be looking at business taxation. And with business taxation, we're going to be looking at things such as corporations, S corporations, nonprofits, partnerships, almost anything else in the business world outside of Schedule Cs, right? So, with that being said, a lot of people will consider SCE2 to be the hardest part of the exam. Now, for me personally, I have an accounting degree and I had experience in the tax world in public accounting prior to taking the EA exam or even knowing what the EA exam was. So for me, part two was actually easier than part one because that is the sphere of taxation that I worked in, right? So I did planning, worked with FI, which is financial institutions, different types of companies, partnerships, S corps. So you have to remember to take it with a grain of salt. What somebody tells you is going to be more difficult because everybody's perspective is going to play a part in this and the experience that they had. Now, even if you do have experience in business taxation prior to sitting for the exam, some areas that I would encourage you to study are basis. So understanding how partnership and S corp basis works, and also depreciation. Depreciation is how we expense certain assets over its lifetime. For example, with a building. Okay. Now, the last and final part is SEE3. Now, this is going to be tax law, which it has practices, procedures, and representation. The part of the EA exam that sets us apart from all other tax professionals, right? Because we have unlimited representation rights before the IRS. This part is more, think about theory, case studies, and this is as I remember it. Okay, so I passed the EA exam uh, some years ago now. It's changed a little bit. But even with that said, some things that you'll want to study and know, like what we are governed by, one of the things is Circular 230, right? That is what CPAs, tax attorneys who work within the tax world, and enrolled agents are governed by through the IRS. So you want to make sure that you understand that for part three. Now, when you're signing up for the test, you can go to Prometric's website /SEE, because remember it's the special enrollment exam, and you can sign up for your test online. There's also a number that you can call as well, which I'll leave in the description of this video. But when you go to look up a test site near you and to sign up for the test, each part of the test is going to cost $259. Now, with this, I say each part because you will take each part separately. All right. 4 hours are allowed for you to sit and take the test. In the beginning, you are allotted 30 minutes just to make sure that you can use the software that the test is administered on and that everything is flowing right. All right. The remaining 3.5 are for you to be able to concentrate and take your test. With that being said, the test is going to be 100 multiple choice questions. Now, with that, the IRS does have a special scaling system that they are going to score the test on. So the scale goes from a 40 to 130, or is it 135? I believe it's 130. So 40 to 130, then you need at least a 105 to pass. Now, some things have changed since I took the exam, right? I took my first one in 2017, passed it completely in 2018. Back when I was taking the exam, when I got up and walked out, they were able to print the score and let you know if you passed or failed. Now there's a different way they do it, and I'm going to pull this up on my phone because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing because I had to remember that this is how they do it. All right. So this is how your SCE results are now. Remember, special enrollment exam, exam, same thing. So, upon completion of the examination, a pass fail message will appear on your computer screen. So, you will still know right when you get done after you submit. Okay. Test sto- Test scores are confidential and will be revealed only to you and the IRS. In addition, you will receive an email from Prometric containing your score report. You can print your score report by following the instructions below. Go to the Prometric score reports, enter your full exam confirmation number. So that's going to be a 16-digit number and include leading zeros when applicable. You're going to enter your last name, click the validate score button, and then once the requested score report appears on your screen, click the green print score report button. All right. And that's how you get your information. Now, let's say that something pops up and you have to reschedule. You can go online and reschedule your exam. There will be a $35 fee for you to do that. Life happens, right? So sometimes life costs us a little extra money. But what about this? Now, for me, I was able to sit and take all three parts, passed them on the first go round. But that's not going to be the situation for everyone, right? So with the EA exam, you were able, if you pass one part, let's say that you pass SEE2, but then life happens and you don't get to take the other ones right away, you can hold that pass for 3 years. Here's where I would not advise that, or why I would not advise that. When we're looking at the EA exam and the tax law that it's testing on, it's going to change every year based on the previous tax season. So every year, the testing window is going to open up on May 1st. Okay. Then it's going to go all the way to February 28th of the next year, or 29th if it happens to be a leap year. Well, once it shuts down February 28th or 29th, there's going to be a dead period from March through April until the next May 1st. During that time, they're going to be rewriting the test. So, right now in 2024, the tax law that is on the exam is the same tax law that applies to the current tax season. So, everything that's been updated through December 31st, 2023. So, if you are a tax professional, you're getting done with tax season right now, you're filing 2023 returns, this is the best time for you to actually study and take the EA exam because the tax law that you just worked with is going to be the exact same tax law that's going to be on the exam. Make sense? All right. Now, when it comes to studying for the exam and tips for the exam, I would love to share some of those things with you as well and what to look for in an EA review system. However, I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet and cover that in a different video. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like to learn about on your EA journey, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And I'd also love to invite you to join my email list. You can join it by going to www.americasfavoriteea.com. And as a matter of fact, if you're on this EA journey because you have interest in starting your own EA firm and building a business, I just opened up a new group on that very same page, www.americasfavoriteea.com. And when you go to the group section, you will see how to start an enrolled agent firm. I would love to have you in that community so I can help you grow your business as an EA the same way I've been able to grow mine. But until then, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next time.